Sharks are still good people. And that's just kind of the truth. They're still so good. And they're so cool. I think with this situation, I can transform it into something that's not like, oh, how tragic, 17-year-old lost a leg. No, 17-year-old lost a leg and we're popping, you know?
Patrick! Patrick! Everybody away!
Oh, give it some room, give it some room, give it some room. In the vast expanse of the ocean, where the sun meets the horizon and the waves whisper secrets to the shore, there exist tales of human encounters with the most formidable predators of the deep. These stories weave a tapestry of fear, survival, and the unyielding power of nature. Let us delve into the first of these extraordinary narratives, a tale that unfolded on a warm summer afternoon at Bondi Beach, Australia. It was the year 2018, and the Carter family had chosen this picturesque beach as their vacation spot. The golden sand glistened under the sun, and the clear waters sparkled like a canvas of diamonds. Among them was their youngest, Lily, an 8-year-old bundle of energy with an insatiable love for the ocean. She played near the water's edge, her laughter and splashes a joyous melody that filled the air. Her parents, Mark and Sarah, set up their beach umbrella and towels, keeping a watchful eye on their daughter as she frolicked in the waves. As the afternoon progressed, Lily's adventurous spirit beckoned her to venture further into the ocean. The waves seemed to call to her, their rhythmic motion a siren song that drew her deeper into the blue expanse. Her parents, engrossed in conversation, didn't notice her drifting away. The ocean, with its gentle lull, seemed to welcome her with open arms. The water was cool and inviting, and Lily felt a thrill as she floated further out, her legs kicking in excitement. She marveled at the beauty beneath the surface, where colorful fish darted among the coral and seaweed swayed like underwater gardens. She imagined herself as a mermaid, exploring the mysteries of the deep. However, the perfect day was about to take a dark turn. As Lily got farther from the shore, unbeknownst to her, a threat was moving slowly through the water with a silent and menacing grace. The first hint of trouble came when a school of fish scattered in a frenzied rush, darting past Lily with alarming speed. She watched in curiosity, but was still unafraid. On the beach, Sarah was engrossed in her book, while Mark relaxed under the shade of an umbrella. The soothing sound of the waves provided a perfect backdrop to their peaceful afternoon. They felt confident that Lily was safe playing near the shore, so they remained absorbed in their activities. Out in the water, Lily floated happily, her laughter blending with the gentle lapping of the waves. She giggled as the gentle waves rocked her back and forth, completely unaware of the danger beneath her. A great white shark, driven by intense hunger, had been swimming around the area for some time. Its smooth, powerful body moved through the water with deadly precision. As it got closer, Lily caught a glimpse of a fin, and in her innocence thought it might be a playful dolphin. She smiled, thinking it wanted to join in her fun. Yet she was tragically mistaken. This was not a friendly creature, but a dangerous predator on the hunt. Suddenly, the water around Lily seemed to change. The calm surface broke into a frenzy of motion. The shark had spotted its prey. With terrifying speed and precision, it closed in on the unsuspecting girl. The moment of attack was swift and fierce. The water exploded in a turbulent swell as the shark's powerful jaws clamped down on Lily's leg. A piercing scream cut through the air, reaching the beach and sending a wave of panic through the crowd. Immediately, Sarah looked towards the spot where Lily had been playing, but couldn't see her daughter. Terrified, she realized Lily was missing. Mark and Sarah's worst fears came true. They sprinted towards the water, their hearts pounding with a mix of fear and adrenaline. The once joyful beach scene had turned into a nightmare. Within seconds, the shark thrashed furiously, creating powerful shock waves in the water. Lily's screams were muffled by the ocean as she was pulled deeper into the depths. Blood from her wounds spread out in the water. She flailed desperately, trying with all her might to escape. But the shark's grip was unyielding. Her movements became weaker as the strength drained from her small body. The sharp, cold fangs tore into her leg, and she could feel the agonizing anguish coursing through her whole body. Her lungs burned as she struggled to breathe, the salty water stinging her eyes and filling her mouth. She didn't want it to end here. Not in this way, but she couldn't fight back anymore. Her last sight was her loving parents screaming on the shore. A deep sense of sorrow and fear washed over her, but amidst the chaos, a strange calm settled in. The pain started to fade, replaced by a cold numbness.
Like, it spit my hands out. I was like, ew, gross. And then like put my leg back in its mouth. Like, this is what I want. Nothing's gonna be the same ever again. Like, I'm still Paigey. Just little.
At first, it was really shocking, and it was a crushing feel.
It like dragged me off my board, but at the same time I kind of kicked my foot like out of the water.
Along the shoreline, a group of beachgoers gathered with pale faces, shocked by what they saw and feeling helpless to intervene. They called out for Lily, their cries swallowed by the immense expanse of the sea. The atmosphere grew tense as everyone hoped for a miracle. As Mark and Sarah reached the water, they didn't hesitate to dive in, swimming with all their might toward their daughter. The shark, possibly disturbed by their frantic approach or simply satisfied with its initial attack, loosened its grip. Mark reached Lily first, grabbing her and swimming back to shore with Sarah right behind them. On the beach, first aid was administered quickly as they called for emergency services. Lily was in shock, her legs severely injured, but she was alive. Within minutes, a rescue helicopter arrived and Lily was airlifted to the nearest hospital. Lily survived with a serious leg injury, a testament to her strength and resilience. Doctors were amazed by her ability to endure such an ordeal. The attack shocked the community, especially since it was the third shark attack at Crescent Cove in the past month, earning the predator the nickname Terror Shark.
Did it hurt?
It did.
First time this kid's ever been in the ocean, and we weren't in the water for more than 5 minutes. I mean, when you see
The shark is trying to eat me.
I held his hand, he fell forward, I lifted him up, and just a big, chunk missing.
I was assuming that a fish knocked me off.
Sure enough, we see the fin from the black-tipped shark.
I wasn't really even that scared. I'm definitely going to go back out into the water.
As we move on to the next story, we find ourselves on a secluded beach on the rugged coast of Northern California. It was June 10th, 1994, and the sun shone brightly, casting a warm glow over the waves that gently lapped against the shore. The laughter of two friends, Mia Collins and Ava, filled the air as they celebrated their high school graduation with a surfing trip. Mia, the spirited leader, had always been the adventurous one, while Ava, the brainy and cautious one, tempered Mia's enthusiasm with prudence. Together, they had planned this trip to a hidden beach famous for its perfect waves, promising a day of unlimited fun. The two friends entered the cold waters and began to paddle out. Mia, always the teacher, was trying to teach Ava how to surf. She patiently showed her the techniques, guiding her through each movement. After some time, Ava managed to catch a small wave and felt the joy of finally understanding how to surf. The morning was filled with laughter and excitement as they rode the waves, their boards drifting side by side. However, as the morning wore on, the atmosphere began to change. The once lively water now seemed eerily still. Mia, paddling slightly ahead, noticed fish darting away and a dark shape gliding below. She felt a chill but brushed it off, thinking it was just her mind playing tricks. But as the morning progressed, the first sign of real danger appeared. The friends were each floating on their boards when a massive shadow emerged from the depths. A great white shark, about 18 feet long, had been patrolling the area, driven by hunger in the search for prey. Its sleek body glided through the water with terrifying speed and precision. Mia was catching a small wave, enjoying the thrill as she rode it toward the shore. Just a few feet behind her, Ava was also paddling slowly, trying to steady herself on her board. They were so close they could almost touch each other, their boards drifting side by side as they laughed and chatted, completely unaware of the danger. The shark zeroed in on them. Its movements were swift and calculated, like a silent predator. The dark silhouette of the great white shark grew larger and more menacing with each passing second. The sunlight barely penetrated the depths, casting eerie shadows that made the shark's approach even more terrifying. Without warning, the shark struck, The water exploded into chaos as the beast lunged at Mia and Ava simultaneously. The sheer force of the attack sent waves crashing in all directions, and the once calm ocean became a frenzy of white foam and blood. Mia's scream echoed across the beach as the shark's powerful jaws clamped down on her lower body. Ava, caught off guard, was yanked under the water by the shark's massive tail. She struggled to surface, her limbs flailing. Desperately against the current, every second felt like an eternity as she fought to break free from the beast's powerful pull. The water around her was murky with blood, and her vision blurred as panic set in. Mia struggled desperately, her body being tossed around in the water. The shark's teeth tore into her flesh with bone-crushing force. She could feel her bones snapping under the immense pressure, her body thrashing involuntarily. Her blood stained the water around her, creating a dark cloud that seemed to expand with every passing moment. Ava, disoriented and gasping for air, surfaced briefly. She caught sight of Mia's bloodied form being dragged through the water, her friend's eyes wide with terror and pain. Desperation surged through Ava as she paddled furiously toward Mia, her limbs burning with exertion.
She just felt like the hit of something, or the thump, or the touch of something, but she didn't feel pain. And then it wasn't until it hit her again.
Shark bait. Shark bait.
Right?
Yeah.
She's got a lot of siblings, she's used to it.
Kind of just like, oh my god, a shark, hit the boat, that's insane. And then I go and look down and I'm like, oh, I don't have a paddle. And then I kind of look at my hand and I'm like,
Keen is really special. He's really neat. He's very brave. He's very strong. He's a warrior. I just want to tell him that I love him.
Shark taking chunks out of Vladimir's body for up to 2 hours after the attack, dragging his body underwater again.
Just as Ava reached Mia, the shark turned its attention to her. It lunged again, its jaws closing around Ava's torso. The force of the bite knocked the air out of her lungs, and she felt a searing pain as the shark's teeth sank into her flesh. Ava screamed, a raw primal sound that echoed across the beach. Mia, now barely conscious, watched helplessly as her friend was pulled away. The pain was overwhelming, and she felt her body growing numb. With one last desperate effort, she tried to call out to Ava, but her voice was barely a whisper. Tears mixed with the salt water as the world around her grew darker, and she knew that this was the end. Her final thoughts were of the adventures they had shared, now slipping away like the fading light. The once bright and sunny day had turned into a tragic memory. The ocean, vast and indifferent, claimed the lives of two friends whose bond had been as deep as the waters that now held them. Traumatized beachgoers rushed to the shore as they saw the bloody aftermath in the water. Emergency services were called, and within minutes, paramedics arrived. But it was too late. Mia and Ava's lifeless bodies were recovered from the bloodied water, the surfboards with deep bite marks telling their horrifying fate.
Hey, look. It's like Dolphin. Seals.
In another tale of survival and terror, we find ourselves on the mesmerizing shores of Ibiza, where music and waves collided in a symphony of pure joy. It was a sun-drenched afternoon, and the beachside party was in full swing, with neon lights dancing across the faces of hundreds of revelers. At the center of it all was Matt, a DJ whose beats could make the sand beneath your feet vibrate. Matt lived for these moments, the crescendo of the crowd's cheers, blending seamlessly with the rhythm of his music. Today was no different. His fingers danced over the turntables, coaxing melodies that electrified the air. The atmosphere was palpable, an intoxicating mix of salt air, sweat, and euphoria. After an exhilarating set, Matt decided to cool off with a swim in the ocean, with its gentle waves beckoning him. He removed his headphones, handed them to a friend, and dashed toward the water, his laughter mingling with the music that still pulsed through the speakers. Matt plunged into the cool embrace of the sea. Feeling the refreshing surge wash over him, he swam further, savoring the moment of solitude amidst the chaos of the beach party. Little did he know his life was about to take a terrifying turn. The water, once a haven of peace, suddenly felt different. A shiver ran down Matt's spine as he sensed something amiss. His instinct screamed at him to turn back, but curiosity pushed him to take a few more strokes. That's when he saw it, a dark silhouette gliding beneath him, a shadow that grew larger with each passing second. Panic set in, but before he could react, a massive force struck him from below. The world flipped upside down as he was propelled into the air, crashing back into the water with a splash. Pain seared through his leg, and he realized with horror that he was face to face with a shark. The water turned crimson as the shark's teeth tore into his flesh. Matt's mind raced, adrenaline flooding his system. He kicked and thrashed, desperate to break free, but the shark's grip was relentless. Every second felt like an eternity, the pain almost unbearable. He thought of the beach, the music, the friends he had left behind just moments ago. He couldn't die here, not like this. Summoning every ounce of strength, he punched the shark's snout, a desperate bid for survival. Miraculously, the beast loosened its grip, giving Matt a precious window of escape. With his leg bleeding profusely, he swam toward the shore, each stroke a battle against the waves and his own weakening body. The party was still in full swing, oblivious to the nightmare unfolding just a few meters away. As Matt's vision blurred, he heard the distant thrum of a helicopter. His heart leaped with a flicker of hope. The rescue team had spotted him. The shark circled back, sensing its prey slipping away. But the helicopter's presence seemed to deter it. A rope ladder descended from the chopper, and Matt, using the last reserves of his strength, grabbed hold. The pain in his leg was excruciating, but he clung on, each rung a lifeline pulling him away from the jaws of death. The helicopter ascended, lifting Matt out of the water. Below him, the shark thrashed in frustration, the blood-stained water a grim reminder of how close he had come to death. As the helicopter soared over the beach, the partygoers began to realize what had transpired. Gasps of horror and murmurs of disbelief rippled through the crowd. Administering first aid as the helicopter raced towards the nearest hospital, Matt's thoughts drifted back to the party, to the life he had almost lost, and a tear rolled down his cheek. He had faced death and survived, but he knew that the scars of that encounter would stay with him forever. As the helicopter flew into the sunset, carrying Matt to safety, the beach below slowly returned to its normalcy. In another tale of adventure and survival, we find ourselves off the coast of Hawaii, where the sun rises over the waves, painting the sky with hues of gold and crimson. It was a bright and sunny morning, the perfect day for an adrenaline-filled adventure. Jack, a thrill-seeking tourist with a love for high-speed water sports, was ready to conquer the waves on a jet ski. But this adventure was more than just a search for thrills. It was a much-needed escape. Jack had always been drawn to the ocean, its vastness and power a constant source of fascination for him. He had spent countless hours on the water, but nothing could have prepared him for what was about to happen. As he sped across the waves, the wind whipping through his hair, he felt alive. The jet ski roared beneath him, its engine a symphony of power and speed. Jack reveled in the rush of adrenaline, his heart pounding with excitement. However, beneath the surface, a menacing shadow loomed silently. A great white shark, its body a sleek and deadly machine, had been patrolling the area. It moved with precision, its senses heightened as it searched for prey. Jack, oblivious to the danger, continued to ride the waves, his laughter echoing across the water. Suddenly, the shark struck. The jet ski was knocked off course as the shark's powerful body slammed into it. Jack was thrown into the air, his world spinning as he crashed back into the water. Panic set in as he realized he was face to face with a shark. The water churned around him, a chaotic mix of foam and blood. Jack kicked and thrashed, desperate to escape, but the shark's grip was relentless. In a desperate bid for survival, Jack punched the shark's snout, using every ounce of strength he had. Miraculously, the shark loosened its grip, giving Jack a chance to swim away. With his heart racing and his body battered, Jack made a dash for the shore. The shark circled back, but Jack managed to stay ahead, his adrenaline-fueled strokes propelling him through the water. Finally, he reached the shore, exhausted but alive. The shark, frustrated and hungry, thrashed in the water, a reminder of the close call Jack had just experienced. As he looked back at the sea, Jack knew that this encounter would leave a lasting impact on him. He had faced death and survived, but the memory of those terrifying moments would stay with him forever. These stories remind us of the power and unpredictability of nature. They are tales of survival, of resilience, and of the unbreakable human spirit. In the face of danger, these individuals found strength within themselves to fight back, to survive against all odds. Their stories serve as a testament to the enduring power of human will, a reminder that even in the darkest moments, there is always hope for survival and redemption. As we reflect on these encounters, we are reminded of the importance of respecting the ocean and its creatures. The sea is a vast and mysterious realm, full of wonders and dangers. It is a place where humans can find joy and adventure, but also where they can face their greatest fears. These stories of shark encounters serve as a reminder of the delicate balance between humans and nature, and the need for caution and respect when venturing into the wild. In addition to these tales, there are countless other stories of shark encounters that have shaped our understanding of these predators. From the tragic losses to the miraculous survivals, each story adds a chapter to the complex narrative of human interaction with sharks. These creatures, often misunderstood and feared, are an integral part of the marine ecosystem, playing a crucial role in maintaining the balance of the ocean. As we continue to explore and learn more about sharks, we are also reminded of the importance of conservation efforts. Many shark species are threatened by overfishing and habitat destruction, highlighting the need for sustainable practices and protection of marine habitats. By understanding and respecting these creatures, we can work towards preserving the health of our oceans for future generations. The stories of shark encounters are not just tales of fear and survival. They are also reminders of the awe-inspiring power of nature and the resilience of the human spirit. They inspire us to explore, to learn, and to protect the wonders of the ocean. As we delve deeper into the mysteries of the sea, we are reminded of the importance of living in harmony with nature, respecting its power, and preserving its beauty for generations to come. If you enjoyed these stories and want to hear more about the incredible adventures and encounters with wildlife, please consider subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us bring you more thrilling tales from around the world. Click the subscribe button now and join our community of wildlife enthusiasts. Together, let's explore the wonders of nature and inspire a love for conservation and adventure. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we look forward to sharing more stories with you soon.